Hello, my name is Siti Khadijah Ismail, one of the cybersecurity awareness trainer in Bursat. So basically what we did masa ni, we give talks, webinar to private sector, government sector, government agencies, and then to public private school, government school. We already conducted banyak sudah talk masanya on cybersecurity awareness. So our facilitator here today with me ada Fard Aziz as our lead trainer, and we also have Nomi Pawi, Ida Frida, and Izwana. So if you have any question throughout this webinar, you can drop us arah Q&A box ada arah di atas ni. You can drop us questions lah. No need to wait until question and answer session karang. You can tanya saja through our question and answer arah chat box. Okay, moving on. As a short introduction to cybersecurity Brunei. Cybersecurity Brunei is established in August 2020 sebenarnya, baru jualah around 2 tahun. So under CSB, Cybersecurity Brunei ada 3 core services, which is Bursat, NDFL, and Cyberwatch Center. Bursat basically what they did, Bursat team. Is actually kalau if we receive any reported incident lah, sekiranya tak ada public menelefon arah kami and bagi tahu dorang kena scam, dorang kena tipu romance scam, macam-macam lah masanya incident lah. So Bursat tema ni tayang assist dorangnya. So basically what we do, kami bagi advice and recommendations . So for NDFL, we also have our NDFL team. NDFL team ini basically if you have your hard disk yang let's say you delete any important documents, so you can minta assist lah from our NDFL. We also have Cyberwatch Center. We call it CWC. Basically, this team are the team yang monitoring government network traffic. They just see incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. Bukannya, let's say macam kalau ada malware masuk arah internet traffic atau, so this Cyberwatch Center ni will notify the government agencies nila. Bukannya melihat apa yang kita browsing itu, kami tidak pelang melihat anything macam login email atau kami tidak nampak lah. We just see the the traffic saja going in and going out. Okay. Okay, our agenda for today is a web browser. What is it? And then apa tips untuk secure web browser experience. And then what are the threats and attacks masanya makai web browser. And then lastly, what can you report to Bursat? Okay. Okay, web browser. What is it? Okay, before I show you apa dia web browser, maybe Izwana can share poll number 1, please. Okay, what web browser do you use? Is it Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari, or any others yang nada listed here? If semua sudah ada menjawab the poll, we can close the poll sekarang. Here I want to see berapa yang memakai Chrome, adakah Indah yang memakai Edge, ada yang memakai Firefox kah, Mozilla Firefox, or Safari for Apple users. Okay. Okay, here it shows mostly kita memakai Google Chrome. And second one is Firefox and Safari. Okay. And then the third one is Edge and then others. Okay, for web browser is actually a software application that lets you access the World Wide Web. So basically untuk kita men-search anything lah, resepi makanan kah, macam mana cara itu ini, anything yang you want to search, itu sudah web browser yang bisa kita pakai, itu sudah web browser dah. So example of web browser ni is actually Google Chrome, Safari for Apple users, Mozilla Firefox, Edge masanya. So Opera pun ada juga yang memakai Opera, and the last one yang purple ni is a Samsung browser or Samsung Internet namanya. So web browser selalunya kita ni panggil juga internet browser, so it's the same dah. Okay, here are the statistic atau yang we dapat dari from Global Overview Report. This is web traffic Brunei Darussalam. Most of the user in Brunei memakai Google Chrome. So I think agree lah tu tadi our poll say yang Google Chrome ni banyak yang memakai. Second one is Safari, and the third one Microsoft Edge. Ada juga yang memakai Mozilla Firefox, ada yang memakai Samsung Internet, Opera, UC browser, and other web browser. Actually banyak lagi pelangnya, ada Tor, macam-macam lah. So basically throughout this talk, we will be using Google Chrome as an example since banyak yang memakai Brunei memakai Google Chrome. Okay. Okay. Okay, for web browser, how does it work? So actually, kalau bis kita web browser ini, how does it work? Selalunya kalau bis kita men-search macam apa resepi membuat donat, for example. So bis kita type in kan tu arah Google, that is actually HTTP request, request from Tani. So what happen is Tani punya request atau will be sent to the web server, and then this web server will search from database yang any related result dengan resepi donat tadi. So anything yang ada resepi donat atau dikompilnya, diambilnya from the database, and ia bagi respon balik arah kita. That is the result lah tak? So itu ialah HTML response. So that's how a web browser works. Okay? So basically macam anulah tak, macam apa saja yang kita search itulah from Google atau anything yang kita ni request will be sent to the web server, and then web server atau will search from the database, and the answer will the response atau will be kena bagi arah kita ni balik. Okay? Okay, what are the tips for securing web browsing? Okay. First one is please install genuine web browser only, okay? Kadang-kadang ada orang yang menginstall web browser dari third party, kadang-kadang third party website, okay? So please install from genuine web browser only ya. Macam let's say macam kalau Google Chrome from google.com, okay? Kalau makai yang lain itu sama juga, you need to verify lah which website yang genuine. So installing web browser from trusted sources or from legitimate website. Official sources, kalau arah handphone, you need to download from the App Store ataupun Google Play. Tapi nowadays handphone sudah built-in web browser, so okay lah tak? It's a genuine sudah tu. So avoid third party store or website. Ada sometimes arah handphone pun ada masa ni sudah third party stores juga kan. So please make sure jangan di-install from that third party stores. Benefitnya kadang-kadang ya memakai genuine web browser ni, ia reduce risk of malware attack. Meaning to say, payahkan dapat malware lah kalau kita ni memakai the genuine web browser. So second one, avoid data leakage juga. Okay, second one is update your plugins or browser extension. Browser extension ini is mini application ia damit jenis that you can install on your web browser. Macam sekiranya masa ni if you don't want ada iklan-iklan pop up keluar arah your browser, then you can install ad blocker. That one is just a mini one, itu yang bis kita install ara web browser. Kita sudah plugins lah. So example of plugins yang lainnya ada taking screenshots of your web page, download YouTube video. Masa ni kalau YouTube dia dapat download mesti ada another lagi kan, ada plugins lagi, then you can install from YouTube. And then save documents to PDF, anything lah yang ada small mini application itu sudah plugins tu kalau yang ada web browser. Okay. Okay, after this, Izwana, can you show the second poll? I have a poll for you to answer. Have you installed any plugins in your web browser? Yes, no, ataupun I don't know. Maybe macam kalau saya pakai ad blocker masanya because I don't want ada pop-up keluar-keluar. So these plugins will restrict from the pop-up satu keluar. So will block. So bis kita ada kena menginstall any plugins lah ara web browser. Yes, no, ataupun ada yang tidak berapa jelas about the plugins. Okay. Mostly jawab yes ah. Ada yang menginstall plugins, ada yang nada jua, but ada yang indah tahu ah. So plugins ni selalunya kalau bis kita mendownload, sekiranya bis kita mendownload antivirus program ah. Kadang-kadang ada tu ya tanya sana, do you want to install plugins ara web browser di sana? If you tick, you will it will show arah bis kita punya web browser. Ada tu plugin di sering arah kanan, sebelah kanan arah atas browser bis kita, it will show di sana tu ada. Okay? So best practices for plugins, kalau ada bis kita yang menginstall plugins tadi, so make sure developernya legitimate, jangan sekali-sekali menginstall pulang pluginsnya because malware pun boleh juga tani downloadnya if ada yang kena buat malwarenya, then if you click on the malware tu habisnya bis kita punya laptop, PC, and handphone, anything lah devices. So make sure you verify dulu the developer, is it legitimate ataupun kalau ya ada website lagi tah bisa lah lagi tah sanang kita verify orang punya identity lah, maybe ya dari from company yang okay kah ataupun yang kena buat kah, so maybe we can verify from di sana lah kalau ada website lagi bisa. So only install extensions yang plugin satu from the official web. Kalau macam ada Chrome Web Store tu, install tah yang example ni sini Chrome Web Store. So install tah dari Google punya official website. Okay? Check jua extension permissionsnya. Okay, but bear in mind, do not install too many extension jua. Takut clash. Macam sekiranya kita banyak menginstall antivirus program, macam-macam antivirus sudah di sana, and then ada 7 pluginnya. Okay, atau indah jua best practices tu, please choose only one antivirus program and make sure you update saja. Okay, so please go through install extension regularly, make sure they are updated, and then always make sure you have installed a good firewall and antivirus software. Okay, so make sure firewall jua, make sure bis kita on lah, sentiasa on. Okay, after this I have poll jua. Izwana, please show the poll. Or maybe after this. Okay. Okay. Do you know the difference between cache and cookie? Yes ataupun no? Sometimes kita ni membrowsing adanya, sometimes you want to accept cookie and then cache ada juga ni. So do you know the difference apa cache, what is cookie? Bukan cookie makanannya. It's a computing punya term. Okay, ada yang tahu, ada yang tidak. Alright. So after this, we'll explain to you lah the difference between the cache and the cookie. But before that, okay, blog pop-ups or adware. So pop-ups ni yang tadi yang as I said tadi ada sometimes kalau kita ni membrowsing ada keluar-keluar pop-up iklan-iklan banyak. That one is pop-up So make sure pakai plugins yang blocking pop-ups ya. Macam for me, I'm using AdBlocker namanya. Okay, it will reduce the risk of clicking malicious pop-up. Sometimes kalau kanak-kanak kan masa ni online school memakai your laptop, ada keluar iklan-iklan, kadang-kadang dorang ni tekan-tekan saja kan. So we don't know what happen, what is the advert atau buat our laptop. So make sure pakai tab blocker, at least pop-up itu yang keluar-keluar time dorang memakai laptop So it's better experience and then less screen clutter juga. Okay, the difference between cache and cookie cache ni is actually it's a hidden pulangnya. It's a temporary storage area yang bis kita download baru-baru ni lah, macam yang kita search, yang kita research baru-baru ni macam tadi resepi donat kan. So ya resepi donat itu masuk arah cache kita ni arah this storage area lah. And then supaya nanti nanti kita akan mencari lagi resepi donat lagi. So ia akan mengambil this data saja, memakai yang before ni punya result, ia keluarkan balik. So ia boleh much more faster lah kalau bis kita research balik, men-search balik, bertanya balik arah Google bahan donat. So ia keluar tu yang before ni punya result. Okay. For cookie, ia is a small bit of data yang website creates. Ia stores arah web browser. Okay. Maksudnya di sini ia cookie ini selalunya purpose-nya ia akan mengambil kita ni punya information. Ia remember information about you. So anything macam bis kita online shopping, ada isi your credit card number, ada isi address apa kan, nama, full name, address, credit card number, bila apa si CVV numbernya, expired date-nya. So anything lah tu, kalau bis kita accept cookie, your information itu will be safe. So nanti bis kita kan online shopping lagi ada sudah ya autofill, sometimes ada autofill tu kalau bis kita on the autofill setting, terus dah keluar. So the benefits of clearing cache ni, you need to clear this cache and cookie lepas memakai your browser. Benefitsnya prevent you from using old forms. So it protects your personal information. Bis kita punya information yang kita isi tadi itu in the bocor lah, in the leak, and then it helps your web browser to runs better, and then it protects your privacy juga if you using share device. So let's say habis kita memakai sharing device lah sama kanak-kanak kan, kadang-kadang mana tahu dorang kan mendownload game, kan membalik dia game yang berbayar. So kita ni punya cookie yang bagus sebelum ni ada, bahaya je tah. Jadi kalau boleh clear your cache and cookie after you browsing Okay. Macam mana kan meng-clear your cache and cookie? So siapa yang memakai Google Chrome, here kita ni memakai Google Chrome it will show you arah 3 dotted line yang upper right corner tu, ada sebelah kanan, ia ada 3 dots kan, and then you select sana tools menu and then go to history, and ia keluar yang di sana yang arah slide kita ni, and then you please select the clear browsing data tu. Okay, please select and then clear data. Select the clear data. So after this, kalau bis kita sudah meng-clear your cache and cookies, lepas kita mengisi form baru, kita kan online shopping lagi balik on the previous website, dan lagi ada kita punya data di sana, paksa kita enter lagi balik dah, tapi it protects your personal information juga. So that's the benefits of clearing your cache and cookies. Okay, should you accept all cookies? I know ani everyone encounternya kalau kita ni browsing ada ni selalunya di bawah. this website using cookie. Do you want to accept ataupun tidak? Okay. Type of cookies actually ada dua. Is a first party cookies and third party. First party selalunya yang create by that website yang kita ni browsing sekiranya tah apa namanya apa ada anything website lah, any website lah sekiranya tah facebook.com, sometimes dia ada di bawah tu dia bertanya, for example saja facebook.com ada tah this website using cookies. So kalau ada yang itu is actually first party cookies. For that one, ia boleh you can accept. Tapi kalau for the third party ni, we don't advise you to accept all cookies. Pasalnya takut this third party cookies ni is actually advert yang karena to track your browsing activity lah. So we don't know siapa yang men-track kita ni punya activity ni. So make sure jangan tadi accept the cookies yang from the third party. Sekiranya kita nampak di sana macam time kita membuka website and then tapi yang di bawah tu website cookie this website using cookies tapi bawah tu lain usulnya, so if you see macam nampak suspicious, so make sure jangan habis kita accept the cookies lah. It could be malware juga kena embed to the apa namanya cookie atau kita ni we don't know again . Okay, next one. I have poll. Izwana, can you show the poll? Next poll, please. Okay, when surfing the web, do you usually click accept all cookies? Yes, no, sometimes, I don't know. Maksudnya di sini yang as I said before, kalau ada habis kita browsing that web, ya ada bertanya tu, this website uses cookies. So do you want to accept all cookies ataupun tidak? I just want to know apa habis kita punya selalunya buatlah when browsing. Okay, ada yang jawab sometimes, ada yang yes, ada yang no. Okay, basically ada yang Indah tahulah ya. So basically semua tahulah. So selalunya memang ada ni accept cookies ni kena tanya question mark. So okay. Okay, you may not want to accept cookies is sekiranya cemanilah this website is encrypted. Selalunya for unencrypted website ani there is nada padlock icon ada website atau and then ia bukan HTTPS, ia HTTP saja. Okay, if you want to check, go to the URL on your web browser, and then if it says sana http ... and then there's no padlock icon, artinya website itu unencrypted. So maybe you don't jangan tadi accept that cookie for that website kalau ia memakai HTTP. Kalau sekiranya and then you are using private information, avoid cookies on site where you do your banking and access other private information. So let's say habis kita tadi online shopping and then kita akan men-transfer bank in orang, kita login from your laptop on your browser, and then kalau sekiranya keluar tak accept all cookies, jangan di accept. Okay, because it will store your information di arah cookie kan. So make sure jangan di accept. Just X saja terus. Okay. So if third party cookie sama juga, jangan di accept. As I said tadi, you don't know what happen if you click accept all cookies from the third party cookies-nya. It can be apa namanya your computer tu tadi dah tahu what the malware can do. Maybe apa namanya take control of your laptop your information will be leaked lah basically nya if you accept all cookies, anything cookies atau you accept. So make sure check for the padlock icon, and then when you are using your private information mengisi form itu jangan tak accept all cookies lah. And then third one, if ada third party cookies, jangan tadi accept cookies. Okay. Okay, please enable do not track. So do not enable do not track, and then basically you disable the location of you. Okay. Di sini by doing caranya mendisable your location, click on the tools menu. Ada 3 dotted lines in the upper right corner, and then you can go to the site settings dua, ada security and privacy, and go to site settings and click on the location and disable ya. Don't allow sites to see your location. So basically kalau kita disable your location ini, jarang ada iklan pop-ups. Kalau bis kita show your location on, sekiranya tak by default ya on locationnya ada kita punya web browser. Sometimes macam-macam tak iklan yang di Brunei ini keluar tu ya tu ada on your web browser. Masa bis kita men-search anything itulah keluar ada sajalah. So ya tahu di mana bis kita kan. So make sure nanti bis kita disable saja, jangan tadi track kita di mana lah. Okay. Private browsing, I think tahu juga kali ya, ada yang Indah tahu maybe. Siapa yang pernah melihat the Ignito window ni? It's a private browsing ya. So if you are using this private browsing Ignito window, your information will not be safe. Okay? So how do you do? When you go to your Google Chrome, you buka yang yang warna putih dulu kan, private browsing yang biasa, and then you go to the 3 dotted yang upper right corner tu, and then you just click on new Ignito window. Okay? So by doing that, you will be redirect yang hitam ni. Okay? This dark web browser. So anything information yang you search from this website at this browser Ignito window will not be saved your kita punya cookie and cache will not be set. Okay? So every time kita X saja that browsing Ignito window atau it will not be safe lah your data. So meaning to say it's it protects your personal information lah when you doing we always recommend people to do your online shopping ka, online banking ka, pakai this Ignito window lah, private browsing. When should you use private browsing? Kalau bis kita makai share or public computer, kalau di tempat-tempat what do you call tempat makan yang ada kena sediakan PC atau public computer kan tu, so pakai tak private browsing Sometimes kita ni lupa kalau kita ni memakai Facebook, tadi mengisi password, ada email kita ni. Tadi makai browsing yang biasa. Let's say lah, sekali kita ni X dia that window. So your cookie itu masih ada di sana kan, ada your web browser. So make sure next time kalau kita pakai yang public computer ataupun sharing computer. So when you want to log in into multiple account on the same site, and then when browsing for something yang embarrassing. And then if you are using a device that isn't yours, okay, for example macam makai handphone kawan kita, makai siapa punya handphone lah, device orang lah basically so pakai private browsing So if you do not want your current internet search to affect suggested content in the future, pakai private browsing. So it's more safer makai private browsing. Okay, after this, I have poll. Izwana, can you show the poll? Okay, the question is, do you know the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Yes ataupun no? Okay, ada yang tahu, ada yang indah. Okay, let's see. Okay, HTTP, HTTPS. Selalunya di mana nih kita nampak nih? Bisa kita nampak selalunya. Masa kita ni meng-Google, men-search anything, arah Google lah. Let's say kita yang tadi, resipi donat sebelah pakai ya. So when you click on one of the result atau yang listed result atau, when you click on the any result, and then you go to the URL atau, is it HTTP ataupun HTTPS? Okay, so if HTTP, artinya that website is not secure at all. Macam not secure lah ha. Selalunya kalau public punya, kalau website yang saja-saja, selalunya memakai HTTP pulang ha. Tapi nowadays mostly memakai HTTPS sudah ha. Okay, kalau your website yang di sekitar browse satu HTTP, yang ada padlock tak? Meaning to say yang ada SSL certificate, ia in the secure. Okay, so tapi ia punya web page atau it will load faster pulang ke HTTP ya. Kalau HTTPS ia a bit slower pasal ia memakai ia makes a few connections lah supaya kita punya connection itu secure. Okay, and then so do you want to use HTTP ataupun HTTPS? Kalau for us, we recommend to use HTTPS walaupun yang a bit slower than HTTP, tapi it's safe to use lah. Okay, it's secure other than HTTP. So selalunya nowadays, if you notice, kalau bis kita membayar, kalau ada payment transaction macam online shopping apa, banking, they will use HTTPS-nya. Kalau ia memakai HTTP, ia suspicious sudah tu. Okay, it could be phishing ka. Although masa ni phishing site pun banyak sudah yang memakai HTTPS sebab dorang kan menipu the victims lah basically ya. So make sure you make sure yang what you search atau check the URL-nya dulu. Okay, make sure ya HTTPS, and I would say tidak pelang 100% secure HTTPS pasal attacker masa ni can afford to buy ia punya certificate ane. So make sure you need to know jual lah you need to know jual kalau membuat payment, make sure ya HTTPS. Okay. Okay, last one is update your software and operating system. So importance of software update, you need to update your software operating system, anything yang application yang bis kita ada atau install ara your devices atau you need to keep ya updated Pasalnya sometimes features-nya ada yang terbaru lagi kan. So make sure if ada update notification of the update, so please make sure you update the software. Okay, it's protection from the latest security threats, and fix juga kalau ada anything bugs, and it will inshallah protect your data pulang if you update your software and operating system. Pasal masa ni mostly kadang-kadang ada yang in the moment update ia punya PC on your operating system, and then antivirus yang in the update. This type of PC yang selalunya ada risk of malware infection lah, malware boleh masuknya kalau in the update anything your devices. You know virus masa ni will be created every day, ada virus baru actually nya. So this is why operating system and software ni mesti update. Okay. After this, I have a last poll for you. Izwana, can you show the poll? Do you use an antivirus on your computer? Yes or no? Do you install? Ada kindai antivirus on your PC? On your on your computer. Yes, kalau ada antivirus sudah arah your PC, that's good. Kalau yang belum masuk, please say no di sini, but we recommend to install Pelangka antivirus program on your computer. Yes, ada yang no juga. Okay. 94% said yes. Use antivirus. Okay, that's good. Yang nada, I hope after this, kalau ada kalau kita pakai komputer, please install antivirus. We do not recommend any antivirus program pulang. You may use any antivirus yang bis kita mau, tapi make sure ia update saja. Okay? Because as I said before, virus can be created every day kan. We don't know apa yang ia buat. So make sure antivirus satu need to update juga regularly. Okay? Okay. Please install antivirus software yang nada tadi tu. Please install. The benefit is benefits of installing AV program on your devices ini, it will scan for malware. So anything kalau bis kita menerima email ada attachment file, and then it will scan for the attachment atau is there any malicious ka kena embed dalam on your files ara document ara attachment atau. That's the benefit lah supaya bis kita indah kena infected by malware. And then it's a protection from the latest security threats. And then alert you to any cybersecurity related problem. So anything ada problem ara on your PC atau your AV program ini, antivirus program ini will be alert you. Okay. So what to look for in an antivirus software ini? As long as kita download from legitimate website ataupun App Store, macam kalau apa namanya Play Store, App Store, kalau anything yang legitimate website lah macam basically macam antivirus, McAfee ka habis kita pakai agak tak arah official yang punya legitimate website-nya. So make sure your antivirus software ini juga from a reputable company. Well known, check ia punya review juga. You may check ia punya ratings ka, apa komen-komen orang on that software. So if okay, positif usulnya ia punya komen, then you can install. Okay, and then make sure juga frequently updated your antivirus. This is very important ya for antivirus program. Okay. Of course, using web browser ini ada threats and attacks-nya juga. Okay. Common types of web browser threats, tab nabbing, form jacking, and drive-by download. Okay. Okay. Ada yang macam mana ni? Suka buka banyak-banyak tab. Okay. Sometimes adanya yang suka buka banyak-banyak tab. Ya search satu, tapi semua result yang listed itu you open new tab, open new tab. Okay? So selalunya banyak ni yang macam mana ni? Okay. These are the type of phishing attack masa ni. They take disadvantage ni of your inactive browser. Okay? Browser tab kan ya. So bis kita buka-buka banyak tab kan, kadang-kadang sudah patangnya kita indah close that tabs, you don't know macam kadang-kadang kan one banyak berbuka, so you don't know macam mana tab yang tadi ku search-nya yang bisa yang itu dia, so you don't know kan macam lupa, and then you sometimes kita ni dah realize yang site yang kita ni buka atau bertukar dia, ada kena tukar something arah ia punya page, kena impersonate the login page, okay? Karena tukar-tukar isi-isinya. So sekiranya habis kita membuka facebook.com, you login kan awal-awal tu, and then you log out, and then suddenly patang kita buka lagi arah facebook.com atau. So actually tapi ia punya web pages-nya tu, ia punya interface-nya tu ada something different lah dari yang the legitimate Facebook sebenarnya, tapi kita ni sometimes indah realize kan, because we know Ini tadi Facebook je. So you login terbalik. Okay, so itu a type of phishing attack sudah. Okay, so could happen to us juga. Kalau siapa yang suka membuka banyak-banyak tab macam ni, so make sure if you memakai banyak-banyak tab ni, close dah tab-tab itu yang indah berguna dah. Okay. This is how tab nabbing works. I hope clear habis kita punya view. Okay, di sini katanya ada this GIF demo ni on how tabbing works. One of the tab itu okay, ia sign in kan, awal-awal ia sign in to GitHub ni. Ia sign in-nya. Suddenly patang ia masuk balik, ia login balik, tapi ia realize that website itu is actually bukannya tempat yang benar-benarnya. It goes to lain URL na kan, as you see here, ia punya URL pun berubah. Okay? Tapi interface-nya kan sama macam GitHub punya login page. So this is tab nabbing. So this can happen to us lah. So make sure lepas ni kalau boleh macam jangan buka banyak-banyak tab ni lah. Okay. How to prevent tab nabbing? Avoid having many inactive browser tabs. Okay. And then please pay close attention to the page to ensure it is legitimate. So jangan di-enter any information kalau usulnya macam suspicious. I know pelang sometimes ia macam kan sama. So make sure you check benar-benar lah kalau when you browsing atau buka banyak tab. Make sure you check balik the URL and the interface depan-depan atas. And then please check the website address as I said tadi, URL, to make sure it matches the page content. And then when you open tabs in separate windows depending on its purpose. Macam for example lah, kita akan membuka social media account. So one window you open Instagram account, Facebook account, only for social media. So kalau bis kita membuat project, just open macam Teams, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Word kalau kita memakai yang yang online. So make sure depending on its purpose lah so basically work sama work and social media. So you know macam indah tercampur-campur lah basically kalau pasal kadang-kadang kita ni buka aja yang memang pelang hal kerja tapi kita ni buka banyak-banyak tab lah. Macam kita ni kan belajar tentang programming for our work. Okay? Kan membuat sistem, belajar dari Google. And then when you search, buka semua result-result itu, you buka. So it will macam kita anda tahu bah, lama-lama patang masuk balik kan belajar yang mana tadi. Okay, so make sure separate windows lah for social media, untuk work task satu lain lagi. Okay, this will help you to notice if a tab is in the wrong place. Okay, sekiranya tu yang ada work kerja tu terbuka Facebook, jadi bis kita notice kan macam kenapa ya buka Facebook di sini. Okay. So website owner can take some steps to safeguard the website and visitor from tab nabbing. So make sure avoid having many tabs buka. Okay, another type of attack is form jacking. Form jacking basically ia target form yang macam kita ada mengisi information, personal information selalunya. Ataupun kita online shopping kah, online banking kah. Karena kalau online banking ada isi login and password, ada PIN number kan. So this form jacking ini hacker can hijack forms ini by embedding the malicious code arah website atau. So we don't want this to happen. Okay? If ia dapat hijack that online forms, your credit card number yang yang bis kita isi dalam form atau will be collected by the hacker tu. And then we don't know apa yang hacker itu buat. Dia boleh jual your information to the dark web And then dia boleh pakai untuk di sini kah, pakai menipu orang kah, okay? That this kind of attack is called phone jacking, okay? Any form yang ada mengisi your details can be embedded by malware. So make sure you know apa yang kita browse. Okay? Okay, how phone jacking works is attacker diinjeknya dulu web page atau dimasukkan script, malware script, and then when the user loads atau di refreshnya, diisinya balik, ia akan membalita. Let's say fills in form to make purchase, ia akan purchase something. And then when users tekan saja click on the submit button, it will not goes to the legitimate web server. It will goes to the attacker. So attacker will collect your information. Ia ada your information. Anything information yang you enter arah form atau ia ada. Okay, so ia boleh pakai lah for ia punya on apa namanya, boleh pakai lah for anything yang ia suka. Okay, protect yourself from phone jacking. You may add plugins juga, script blocker to your browser, and then please monitor juga kita punya transactions, bank transaction, credit card transaction. Kita anda tahu kan lepas kita ni purchase ada, let's say kita login balik pasang itu kan melogin balik. Ini rupanya arah lain. Ia redirect arah web page lain. So make sure please make sure if you're using your personal information let's say macam credit card ada transaction, ada payment transaction so please make sure monitor kita punya statement. If you run an online business, conduct regular, maybe you can conduct vulnerability scans and pen test juga arah kita punya website supaya apa namanya to detect any malicious codes or any vulnerability atau will be detected to kelewat. So make sure in the future kalau bis kita running online business yang ada website, so make sure maybe you can do pen test juga arah your website supaya you know what are the vulnerabilities on the website supaya indah sukati masuk-masukkan oleh attacker nanti. Okay? Okay, the third one is drive by download. Drive by download ini selalunya tadi indah sengaja mendownload the malware. Sometimes maksudnya di sini it's a malicious website. Okay? When you search something and then it goes to this website. Kali rupanya that website is a malicious one. Okay? It's a malicious. Rupanya ia mendownload malware arah background on your computer tu ia ada mendownload something. Okay? So ini it can happen kalau bis kita apa namanya memakai installing web browser yang from the third party as I said tadi. It could happen kalau bis kita mengagar this website ia sudah apa namanya ia terus mendownload the malware on the background tu without you knowing lah. Okay. Drive by downloading ini it doesn't require user to click on anything in the website atau. Okay. Ya bis kita buka saja website atau ia terus download malware on your computer. So this can happen. Okay. So make sure install plugins yang bersesuaian lah. Okay, how does it work? When the user click on links, anything yang ada website atau dikliknya, sebenarnya the user is redirected to the malicious website. So make sure bisa-bisa lah lapasannya kalau bis kita membrowsing, jangan sukati mengklik on link because sometimes kita ni tahu ya kan this website ini link ini meredirect bis kita ke web page lain. Okay, so when bis kita punya website ini karena redirected to the malicious website, malware ni automatically downloadnya arah kita punya komputer. So please make sure you use the bisa-bisa lah when browsing nya. Okay, so please install the genuine software application. Kalau macam membrowsing, please make sure kalau macam ada tak keluar Malaysia, this website is Malaysia. So kita X saja terus. Okay, jangan tadi kita please go to safety. Ya, ada go to safety button kan selalunya. So please make sure go to safety. Jangan tadi agak proceed, please proceed to this website. Okay, you don't know what happened. Bis kita punya komputer. Okay. Okay, what can you report to browser? Okay, if your computer is infected, maybe bis kita macam terasa slow tak kita punya PC, you can report to us, and what we do, we give recommendation, we will assist from there lah, insyaAllah. So if you notice malicious website, you can report to us juga. Kalau sekiranya tak any government agencies kah, ada some website yang private school punya website kah, you can report to us if your seems malicious. And then if your email account atau macam kena hack, so you can report to us. We will, insyaAllah, will assist lah from there juga. Phishing, kalau macam kita notice selalunya phishing ini through email. So if ada email yang phishing email ni lah, selalunya from bank, email from our bank. Sekiranya habis kita tidak memakai .bank, tapi bank itu ada meng-email kita ni. So yeah, it can consider phishing sudah kah? Tapi not 100% lah. Of course, we need to investigate juga lah. Is it phishing kah bana? So you can just report to browser. And then business email compromise. If you heard about this, business BEC in short. BEC is basically targeting higher level position in your company. Let's say ia selalu memakai CEO ni. So dorang ni mentarget finance department selalunya BEC nya. Pasal on BEC email ni selalunya the attacker ni, the person ni ia meng-attack the finance department to transfer funds. Tapi dibuatnya sana regards from CEO and from yang from the higher level in the company lah, basically siapa yang the higher position atau dorang pakai namanya di antaranya arah finance department. So if finance department ni in the verify this email, ia akan mentransfer fund, kan? So that one is BEC kah? So if company bis kita, tempat kita bekerja, pernah receive this kind of email, please you can report to browser. Please report to browser. And then if you notice arah social media bis kita juga, kalau ada yang macam kena hack apa, ada cyberbully, unsur-unsur cyberbully, you can report to us. Okay, cyberbully. And then if you notice website, sekiranya habis kita ada your own website and then kena deface, bertukar ke interface depannya tu, macam let's say Baiduri jadi warna merah ke website defacement kah? So you can call to report to browser. And then suddenly if website yang bis kita search tu unavailable, yeah, that one is denial of service. You can report to browser juga. Okay. So any report any cybersecurity incident, you can email to us reporting@browser.org.bn, and then you can call us 245-8001, our hotline, browser hotline. This hotline is 24 hours nya. You can call us anytime. And then we also have WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp us 7170766. Kalau ada yang sometimes ada yang malukan call browser, maybe they can drop us message saja from our WhatsApp hotline.